are listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit. Oh yes, so good to be back, I must say. Right, if you want to email the show, by the way, you can do that. That's for the illusion of choice. I had several interesting topics. I really don't want to talk about mages again. Please, stop it. I'm not a mage expert. I'm a spec cookie cutter, for God's sake. But, oh, well, whatever. You know, come on, we need better topics than mages. What do you think of the mage changes? Well, I'd like to answer that, but no, actually, I wouldn't like to answer that. I'm not the guru of all mages. I'm not even that great at the game. You need to email me, themurloc@gmail.com, for the illusion of choice. Yes, we get to choose the last topic of the show. Now, I have an email that I would like to read. It's a nice preface to the topic which I'm about to talk about. And it's, Hi, this is Popin, level 74 Blood Elf Paladin here from Homer Rush. I was wondering if you believe that tailoring is worth having. Well, to start with, you're a paladin, so no. Generally speaking, that would be something I would not recommend. But let's assume that he's not a paladin. Let's assume he's an actual cloth-wearing class here. It's like, I was wondering if you believe that tailoring is worth having. Mine is at almost 400, and I was wondering if I should keep going or ditch for an alternative profession. I took this profession for gold, but I don't see many ways that I can make it. Yes, you're absolutely right. Tailoring sucks for making gold. In fact, pretty much everything does. Tailoring is appalling right now. It's an absolute mess. Let me put it this way. Once I've earned enough money from enchanting, yes, I'm earning money from enchanting, I shall tell you how momentarily. I am going to be ditching tailoring probably for either engineering or inscription. Because I've pretty much resigned myself to the thought that most professions are not making money right now because they're just so infernally broken, and it's only going to get worse. Unless they add some really awesome epic crafting recipes that require raid-level materials, it's only going to get worse from here on in. It's already bad enough as it is, for God's sake. Now, the epic tailoring stuff, the Spell Weave, the Ebon Weave, the Moon Shroud, it's like tier 7 level, if that. Tier 7 gloves better than Ebon Weave gloves. Better than Spell Weave gloves, better than all this stuff. It's not like the Glory Days anymore. It's not like having a Spellfire set that would last you up to tier 6. No, it isn't. It's not even close. And all this stuff's BOE anyway. No, tailoring is worthless. The only ways to make money via tailoring, at all, on a regular basis, are Spellthread. Spellthread and Imbued Frostweave. For some inexplicable reason, and I haven't figured out why, people will buy bolts of Imbued Frostweave for like 50 gold each. Which makes no sense at all. I can't figure it out. But whatever, and I exploit the stupid. I made a couple of thousand gold that way. You can make money by sorting out these spell threads, but unless you have the epic ones, well, expect the market to get crashed with overabundance. Now, I used to sell spell thread for like 50 gold each. It's crashed like down to 20 now because people are just so dumb. It's like, I put it on for this price. It's like dealing with a crowd of children. A crowd of two-headed ogre children like, what do you want? I don't know. Really, it's just horrible. It's like, I put it on for this price. I am selling, therefore it is good. No, just selling isn't enough. Look up the words profit margin, you jackasses. Failures. Anyway, yeah. Get rid of tailoring. It's terrible. The funny thing is, there's two things you can get via tailoring that are beneficial to you as a person, as the tailor. There's the thread. Yeah, you can get the thread on your pants that is tailoring only. Unfortunately, what they failed to mention, of course, is the tailoring only thread is only as good as the epic level thread, which you can get via rep anyway, so who cares? Yeah, you save a couple of 100 gold. Big friggin' deal. It costs you like 4,000 to level it up anyway. You can also get what's called embroidery, which sucks. It's cloak enchants, yeah? And for what I can tell, certainly the Lightweave embroidery, which is the cast, the DPS one, is asininely bad. It puts embroidery on that can occasionally cause 1,400 holy damage. What, of course, they don't tell you is it's a 50% proc rate with a 45-second internal cooldown. Which means, of course, that it is mathematically worse for every single class than plus 15 haste. Not to mention plus 23 haste, which is the better enchant. So you could put a scrubby 50 gold enchant on your cloak and it will be better than Lightweave. It's totally pointless. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they'll buff it. Maybe. I would certainly hope so. There's plenty of things which I think they need to buff in that regard. There's that trinket from the Dark Moon Fair. The one that will occasionally cause shadow damage. That's terrible. Essence of Necromantic Power. That's terrible. All of this stuff that will occasionally do this, with all of these massive hidden internal cooldowns that make them utterly useless. Right, if you're gonna... just a quick tip before I go on to enchanting. Just a quick tip for the guys designing trinkets at Blizzard. If you're going to have a possible proc rate, then get rid of the damn internal cooldown and lower the proc chance. Don't give it like a 50% proc chance with a 45-second internal cooldown. It's not even worth rolling the dice for. It's obvious how much DPS it's going to give, and it always ends up worse than even green quality trinkets that are activatable spell power. It sucks. Stop it. Stop making these cool looking trinkets that then, when you think about it and do the maths on it, are absolute lame ducks. Quit it right now. So yeah, tailoring awful, and those proc trinkets also suck. Get yourself an essence of the, whatever they call it, the sundial of the ancients. That's all you need. And an illustration of Dragon Soul. You'll be in business. Right, let's talk about enchanting. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I wrote a treatise on how enchanting sucked. And I did about a 15-minute segment. I still believe that it does. However, me being the tenacious bastard that I am, and not really having anything to do considering we've beaten pretty much everything in Wrath in like 2 weeks, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to try and make some money via enchanting. So I looked at the way that normal businesses work. Let's think about it. Yeah. A normal person in WoW, doesn't really have any concept of how a business runs. So I started treating my enchanting like a small business. Right, what do we need? Okay, first we need brand recognition. We need people to recognize that I'm the go-to guy for enchants. So what did I do? I created a series of 28 trade macros. Yes, 28. 28 trade macros, and I rotate them out on a regular basis. Now, these trade macros, of course, consisted of a link to my enchanting, which is, of course, 450, nice and shiny, got all the Wrath recipes and all that stuff. And various amusing taglines and slogans. For instance, I've got your kind of generic ads like Total Biscuit, Totalhalibut's enchanting, the very best enchanting, 100% buyer satisfaction, great service, blah blah blah. And then I've got slightly weirder enchants, like, if you buy your enchanting elsewhere, there is a high probability that you'll end up covered in bees. To avoid this, I would suggest that you get your enchanting from me. Stuff like that, And it started to work. I noticed it started to work. I started using this, and after a couple of days, people started to get the idea. I mean, there's a couple of people like, lol, you go to RP server, you nub. And then I started getting more and more customers. More and more and more. And then, of course, their grins turned to frowns, turned to astonishment, as look, he's getting like 50, 60 commissions a day, bare minimum. 50, 60 fees. And they're going to him. And you think, well, how is this possible, considering, hey, there's people giving it away? Well, how did I do it? I started to mock them. I made enchants. Like, I made all this stuff. Like, I did the Covered in Bees one. And I did all sorts of other things. Like, if you get your enchanting elsewhere, it is possible, don't get me wrong, that your arms may morph into hideous tentacles and your legs may fall off. Just saying. It could happen. Stuff like, hey, look at all these guys giving away all this free enchanting. If they were in business IRL, they'd be out of, they'd be out on the street within a day. Stuff like that. I started mocking them. I started lowering people's estimations of these people. And in turn, started pushing the positive aspects of my service. I made a couple of macros saying, right, hey, you want to tweak out your character? You want to be the best? Well, I can help you out with your enchant choices. I can tell you. I can look in my enchants and I can give you a cost-effective package. Yeah? I can look at it and I'll say, right, well, I can give you this on this, I can give you this on this, and here's the total cost. Nice and cost-effective. This is the price-performance ratio, or tell me how much money you've got. Tell me how much money you're willing to spend on your character, and I will draw up a list of enchants that will benefit you the most. And I did it, and it gets me customers. It brings people in. Because, hey, I'm providing an additional service. I provide delivery as well. Hey, I've got a macro that says that. I deliver. Make a joke out of it. But I do. I deliver. I will go to anywhere. I'm a mage. I have a lateral advantage over other classes. I can come to you, whereas the other guys can't. So if you want your enchants now, you get them from me. Okay, so that's brand recognition. Second, you need price. So how do you beat people on price, especially when people are giving the stuff away? Well, you get yourself some suppliers. This is how big box stores work. They get suppliers, they buy in bulk. So I started approaching the guys on the AH who are selling large amounts of materials. I'm like, I noticed you're selling a lot of materials on the auction house. Well, I go through a lot of materials, and I know it's a big hassle to list all of those individual dusts on the auction house. I've got a better idea. How about you enter into business with me? I will buy a regular amount of enchanting materials from you. Lots of enchanting materials. And in return, you give me a good price. Give me a budget price. So, right now, here's an example. I have several suppliers, yeah? My supplier can give me infinite dust at 75 gold a stack, yeah? That's about 40 gold less than the auction house price. It's about 3 gold 75 per unit, whereas the auction house price is about 5 gold per unit. Not only that, but he can do me Greater Cosmic Essence for 17 gold 50, whereas the server price is 35. Why does he do this? Well, it's obvious. He doesn't have to compete with everybody, and I buy huge amounts of mats. I'll go to him and say, hey, I need 3k gold's worth of mats today. And he says, okay, and he sells them to me. Hell, he went on holiday for a couple of days, and he said, well, I'm going on holiday, do you need any more mats? And I'm like, well, okay, why don't you do this? Put the mats in my mailbox on COD, and I will guarantee that when you come back, every single one of them will be bought. And lo and behold, within a day, I've bought all his mats. He could come back to another 3,000 gold from me. He enters into business with me. I'm able to undercut everyone and make a huge profit. Huge profit. I'm turning the culture on my server on its head. In the sense of, most servers, they're like, I have mats, I pay fee. Now, it's not profitable, it's not a good idea for people to do that. It's a better idea for them to come to me and say, what can you do me a deal on mats for? And I will tell them, I will beat the AH price. Guy today came along and said, right, I want +8 stats on chest, and I want exceptional spell power. And I'm like, he's like, what's the fee? So I'm like, 12 gold. Because you're getting 2 enchants, 12 gold, usually it'd be like 8 each. I'll do it for 12 gold. He's like, okay, fair enough. I'll go get the mats. I'm like, wait. How about I try and beat the AH? And he's like, okay, how do you do that? Well, I've got some mats, and I get my mats from suppliers. I bet you I could beat the AH. And he's like, okay, give me a price. So I'm like, okay, I top it up, and I'm like, okay. I will do exceptional spell power on weapon, 90 gold, and I'll do stats 50. And he's like, isn't 90 a bit expensive for exceptional spell power? It's like, okay, if you think it's expensive, go check the AH. And he comes back and he's like, wow, that's 45 gold cheaper than the AH. Yeah, it is. It is 45 gold cheaper. You know what the crazy thing is? I'm making massive profit as well. It's costing me maybe 60 to make. I'm making 30 gold profit. It's a win-win. You get the cheaper enchant, I get the profit. It's wonderful. That's the way it's supposed to work, guys. That's how professions are supposed to operate. Of course, not only that, but it's also, what's the third principle of business? We've got price, we've got brand recognition, stock availability, selection, variety. Right now, I've got 75 enchanting scrolls up in the AH covering all manner of different enchants. I have a huge stock, and I keep my stock topped up. I use Bean Counter, which is a mod which is built into Auctioneer, to track how many enchants I've got and how many enchants I've sold. So I can keep track of the popular enchants, and I can adjust my stock rate accordingly. Because of the rate that I get on mats, I can undercut everyone and still make a massive profit. Of course, I get all my vellums from one of my guildies, and I give them a big tip. I give them 100 gold every time I get my batch of vellums. I don't have to buy my vellums off the AH. I get my vellums effectively at cost. So vellums aren't really a big deal, so I can improve my profit margin there, and I can undercut, and I can keep my variety up, and I maintain a stock, constant stock. I'm never out of stock of any particular enchant. It'll always be there. It's convenience. So people are like, oh, Totalhalibut isn't online. Seriously, story from yesterday, one of my guildies said, you're really brainwashing people, you know that. Someone asked for enchanting, and you weren't online, and someone said, no, you should just wait for Totalhalibut. He'll do it for you. And I'm like, yeah, I will. But they don't have to anymore, because I now log off saying, I'm logging off, guys, so I'm not going to be available for enchanting. But don't worry, if you need your enchants, go to the AH. I've got a selection of almost everything up there. And they buy. They sell. I'm making like 2k gold a day. I'm not kidding. I've had to set up this gigantic operation. I've dedicated loads of time. Huge amounts of time. Really thought about it. Talked to people that actually know things about marketing. Now, there's a guy in my guild who does brand recognition and stuff for a living. He's telling me all these principles. Following the principles that I, as someone who runs a website, which is effectively a small business, has to operate under in order to be successful. It's the same principles. Set up this operation, and you know what? Not only is it fun, but it's profitable. The only problem I suppose I have with it is the fact that I've had to go through all of this rigmarole just to make some damn money from this profession, and I'm pretty much the only one on the server, aside from another one of my guildies who has Mongoose, which I don't. Yeah, that's one of the big deals, but I refer all my Mongoose customers to him. No one else on the server could be making even close to the amount of money that I am right now, and I've got a plan to make even more. Of course, that's an entirely secretive plan. You're not going to be told. But what I will say to people is, look, If you're giving away your enchants, or you're giving away anything, consider that you don't have to. Seriously, you don't. Just put in some effort. And you might find that you enjoy it. You might find that the crafting metagame, making money, and interacting with people as a trader within World of Warcraft is an enjoyable hobby. It's a really cool element of the game. It's good, it's fun, and you should give it a shot. Because you're benefiting not only yourselves, but the entire server economy if you do. My name is Total Biscuit. You are listening to the one and only Blue Please here on WoW Radio. I'll be right back after this, folks. Enjoy.